Good morning, and welcome to Wake Up with the Early Nerd Live special Sunday edition Saturday game recap. I'm your host, Steve, the Early Nerd, and as always, I'm talking quietly because if we wake up Mrs. Early Nerd, we're all in trouble. Wow, man, uh, last night's game was awesome. I thought if it was possible to be more awesome than last week, it was. Oh man, that game was a lot of fun last night and scary too. And I'll I'm and to just get on into it. Let's do it. Uh, so, quick recap of last week. As you all know, we fought two of the Necromancer's patrols, and we acquired enough XP to level, and so we decided to go back to town again, uh, and level up and sell off what we didn't want and try to raise enough money to get everybody leveled. Oh my God, I'm so expensive. That's the one drawback of playing a wizard, y'all. I am super expensive to level. It cost me 8,000 gold. I only ended up with like 6,600. I had to get loans from everyone else, so I could. Um, and So we level up. I now have second level magics. I got the spells I took were invisibility, web, and then I bought a mirror image thanks to a loan from Phil. So we did real quick on the Phil thing. Uh, he did actually become a different person. We didn't bother changing stats or anything else. We just changed his comeliness, and he actually became a little bit better looking. So that got resolved in its own. Um, Now we got back to town. We informed Orgnention about the fact that we found the necromancer encroaching, and he told us to take it out. So we spent our time training and uh, getting all that stuff done. And then when it came time to teleport, we thought, what are we going to do? And one of us had the idea to teleport directly into the compound. And personally, I thought that was the best idea um, as a player and as my character with my intelligence of 18, because I am super smart. Um, we uh, we were talking about, what were we going to do? What were we going to do? And I piped up, hey, y'all, look, the best thing to do is to just teleport directly in, and we hit them as hard as we possibly can. I was able also to acquire through loans from other players a level 7 um, magic missile scroll and a level 7 fireball scroll, uh, which I thought was awesome. Hey, I pick up a fireball. That's great. I can put that in my spell book when I hit level 5. Um, so uh, we also picked up a few other things, but I'm not sure if I remember what they were. So let's get back to it. So we decided to teleport directly into the compound. We had the wizard scry the compound and picked us a spot. Um, I don't have the map. If I did, I'd try to. Uh, I think that's what I might do. I might try to get copies of the maps here from now on, here next time, and I'll scan them into the computer. That way, I can post them so you can see actually what we're doing, map wise, anyway. But so we pop in, and let's see. Okay, yeah, checking my notes real quick, making sure I'm in the right spot. So we pop in, and as soon as we get in there, we hit them, and we hit them hard. Everyone was outside, and so we attacked. Um, there was a mage, a cleric, and a fighter. All both the cleric and the fighter were wearing symbols of Nerul. Or no, scratch that. The cleric was wearing a symbol of Nerul. The fighter was not. But regardless, and besides the point, um, so we attacked, and at the end of round one, three of us, including myself, had noticed something wasn't right. The uh, the wizard got attacked first, and of course, he was like, oh, and then started bleeding, and then everybody else did the same thing. However, one of us, I believe it was Wilhelm, uh, the fighter, attacked, I think, the wizard. I'm not sure on this. I can't remember exactly who did this, but he attacked the wizard, but missed, and the wizard still went and bled. So we figured out, three of us figured out that they were illusions, and it was my turn. I think like a couple of turns late, yeah, I think it was like my turn a couple of turns later, and I hollered out, "They're not real." And then pandemonium happened. They were prepared for us. They had the wizard or the cleric had used divination, and his god had told them that we were going to attack today, and we did. They knew something was up because we overextended the time where the first patrol would have come back by like 5 days, which is fine. We wouldn't have been able to handle at level 2. We wouldn't have been able to handle the compound anyway. So we decided, or anyways, so pandemonium happened, right? The wizard appeared about 50 feet above us. He magic missiled me. Um, After leveling to level 3, I ended up with 15 hit points. He magic missiled me and took 13 off immediately. Uh, and so, and I had drank a levitation potion and levitated up 20 feet, and then was also invisible, and I was going to basically start sleeping the punks, the 0 level guys. But like I said, but as I told you, they were prepared for us, and the wizard magic missiled me, uh, and so I magic missiled him. I read that scroll, the level 7, so I did 44 points of damage to him, and I did 14 damage to him. So I beat him by 1 point, which was awesome. which took out his stone skin. Uh, and then personally, I don't know when he got to go again. Personally, I don't understand why he didn't finish me off, but hey, whatever, his mistake. He lightning bolted our ranger Moonshadow, and but our ranger, he could take the damage, so he did. And so I pulled my wand of lightning, and I hit the magic user with with a lightning bolt out of that wand, and took him out. He slumped over and then feather falled to the ground, which I thought was dumb, but whatever. I mean, it's not dumb. It's excuse me. It's not dumb. It's smart, obviously. Uh, However, we thought he was dead, but he wasn't. He hit the ground. He got up, basically dropped his skin suit, and I could see um, as he was changing to a bird, he was basically a wraith. So wonderful. But he changed into a bird via a polymorph self spell and took off. You know. Meanwhile, in the melee front, our ranger Moonshadow rolled 2 natural 20s and took out the cleric of Nerul in one hit. That was amazing. It was fantastic. That was so awesome. I was really, we were all just like, whoa, yeah, because it was super exciting that it happened. And then all of the punks were hiding outside, thinking that they were going to ambush us, but they didn't expect us to teleport inside the compound. So they start to come running in. The excuse me, the our fighters took on the fighter, and he was level 10. He was beefy, and but we were able to finally kill him. The punks, they came in and they started attacking us, and I got surrounded, took 1 point of damage, and was like, oh, but I moved away from them and lightning bolted all of them and killed them. And then let me think what else happened. I think, yeah, Phil went down, the one that reincarnated. He went down. I went down. The cleric revived Phil, and our monk Artemis ran over to me and revived me with a potion. So him having left a bunch of guys, and me having no spells because I went unconscious, I wand of lightning the guys that he left and killed all of them. And then we killed the fighter, and then they rolled a morale check and ran for the door because they knew that they weren't going to survive. So they ran for the gate. The gate is a 10-foot wide gate, and there were 20 something guys making their way through, and it was my turn. So I pulled that fireball scroll after debating internally for a while whether or not I wanted to keep it to put it in my spell book or whether or not to use it. I decided to go ahead and use it, and I read the scroll. I rolled my percentile spell check to make sure it didn't blow up on me, and it went off properly. Surrounded the entire gatehouse with flame, and I killed every single guy that was running. Who's the kill count king? Me. That's right. I'm the kill count king. Okay, I'll stop. Um, so, anyways, uh, so we ended up winning the fight. It was a great fight, fantastic fight. I had so much fun. It was hard, a good hard fight. I love those. I don't necessarily like dying, but I don't mind. I don't mind, going down below zero. I went to -4. Phil went to -8, and as most of you, as you all know, or most of you, -10 is dead, dead. Anything from 0 to -9 is mostly dead, and we all know mostly dead means slightly alive. So, got the hiccup. Excuse me. Ooh, we looted the place. We found a pay chest of 20,000 gold. Yay, that helps. We got a bunch of items. We got some rings. We got some potions. We got some. What else did we get? We got a set of bracers, which I were hoping were, bracers of defense, but they weren't. They turned out to be brachiation. For those of you that don't know what brachiation is, it's the ability to swing from tree to tree like Tarzan. Okay. Braces of brachiation basically give you Tarzan-like powers. You can do everything that Tarzan can do. If you don't know who Tarzan is, then you are seriously lacking in literature, and I suggest you read it and or watch the movies and or the television show. I guess in a pinch you could watch the Disney movie, which was good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not disparaging any of that in any way. The Disney Tarzan was pretty good. I enjoyed it. We also found, let's see, a bunch of potions, a couple of rings, the bracers. We got a shield, +1 shield. I didn't write any of this down. I was too excited during the fight to write any of this down. And we got some other things. I can't think of what right. Oh, we got a cloak, which I got, the cloak of the elven kind. So now I can see in the dark and all of that good stuff. So that helps me out quite a bit, actually. But all in all, we had a great fight. So we spent 3 days in the compound with me learning identifiers every day and identifying the magic items that we had, and the cleric healing us all up from the fight. And then on the morning of the 4th day, we also got some gauntlets of ogre power, which went to our ranger. He was the one that scored those in a roll. Then we got a bunch of potions. We had super heroism, 2 heroisms, 2 invulnerabilities, 1 heal potion, and a couple of others, but I can't remember right offhand. Ingo, if you're listening to the show, feel free to list the potions, or feel free to list whatever we got in the comments. That way people could read it. That'd be nice of you. Thank you. Hopefully next week I'll remember to write all this down. Now, Ingo's our DM, by the way, for those of you that don't know. Anyways, we decided to tear down the fort. Now, the reason we decided to tear down the fort and not use it is because it's a bit far from everything. It's very remote. And us using that as a base, as far as we were concerned, it's too out of the way. If you get my meaning, it's just way too out of the way. And we didn't want to leave it up because we didn't want to give it a chance, give anything else a chance to be able to use it as a fortified position. So we decided to tear it down, and that falls to Moonshadow, now being the strongest of us. He begins pulling the walls apart, and as soon as the walls come down, coming out of the clearing, we see a whole bunch of ogres that we're guessing, were working. Oh, well, I'll get to that in a second. That were working for these guys, and so that's where we ended the adventure. Now, what I was going to mention that I almost forgot was we searched this place. We searched high and low, emptied all the buildings and everything else, found all the treasure and everything else. But one thing we didn't find was anything linking the necromancer to these guys. Okay. Um, Now, we did find armor with the symbols of Nerul, the Reaper, etched into the armor, but we did not find anything actually linking the necromancer to these guys. I mean, however, as players and spectators, we can put two and two together and understand that since there was a wraith involved working with humans instead of devouring their life force, it was obviously him. We're not stupid, but as characters and as far as the game goes, we could not find any concrete evidence linking the two up. So we got a bunch of ogres that we're going to have to fight now that we don't have any walls. I guess we should have waited, but whatever. A bunch of ogres, warg riders, and things like that. So we'll see what happens. So tune in next week for episode 7 of the Saturday Game Recap. Ogre Battle. Yes, come to Ogre Battle Fight. 100 XP to all of you out there who can tell me what that's from in the comments. 100 XP. As soon as I get some merchandise going, if that ever happens, I can't say, but if that ever happens, XP levels will result in XP levels can result in possible rewards. So let's see what happens with that. Okay. So the question is, come to Ogre Battle Fight. Where did it come from? And it's worth 100 XP. First comment wins with that. Now, so I think we are in a good spot in our game. I'm really enjoying it. I love when Ingo runs games. I love getting to play in his games. His games are so much fun. He's very creative. He's very tactical with his NPCs. And the fights are always hard. Always hard. And that's what I like about a game. Um, I like a good hard fight, and I don't necessarily like to die, like I already said, but I do like a good hard fight. So tune in next week for Ogre Battle, episode 7, and we will see what happens. But in the meantime, whether you're going anywhere on this fine, hot, still for us anyway, Sunday morning, always make sure to be safe, be careful out there, and remember, the early nerd loves y'all. So we'll see y'all tomorrow. Talk to y'all soon. Bye bye now.